Hey everybody, Grandpa Sven here, and it's Sunday, June 7th, 2026. I'm sitting down here in my little wood shop, and a lot is going through my head. I like to come down here and just spend time relaxing, whittling, carving, reflecting on life. And you ever get those days when you wonder, what does the future hold in store? What's our fate and destiny? I think about them quite often, and I tell you, this is a great, great day for a lot of people all around the world. And I want to share that thought with you before the thought passes. And I got a lot going on today, so I got to get chopping. But I want to start out with we had to break out the West Virginia shirt for a reason. Have you seen or heard the news? Just yesterday, WVU, our Mountaineers baseball team, they're heading to the College World Series. You're going to go there and dominate and clean up on there and come back with that national championship trophy. First time in WVU history. Man, people all over the state were singing Country Roads yesterday. Can you imagine what's going to happen next week in Omaha, Nebraska? We're so proud of the Mountaineers. It's a great day to be a Mountaineer wherever you may be. That's what we say in West Virginia. You don't have to be here in West Virginia. You can be anywhere on the planet, on the world, and celebrate what a wonderful thing this is for West Virginia. And that's what's so great about the United States. I think the rest of the world, they just don't get it. They don't understand why this country is the greatest country that has ever been on the entire planet and ever will be. I believe that sincerely in my heart. And I consider it an honor. And I'm so grateful and thankful to be an American. But more than all of that, it's a privilege. That's what I truly believe. I'm blessed and privileged to be an American. So thank you, Lord, for all the wonderful blessings in my life. And that's what I see I'm going to focus on 1, 2, 3, 4 things that are relevant and prevalent in the world today. I want to start with Iran. I'm so prayerful, and they're right on the verge of just incredible events going to happen in Iran. I couldn't be happier. I have friends that are Iranians. They have family that are there. They've been waiting for this day for so long, and it's right there for the people of Iran to take the bull by the horns and finally seek your own fate and destiny in the world. The whole world, they need to be thankful again and again and again. This United States, not only is it so incredible living here, but the whole world is in a better place because of what the United States has done to make this world a better place. And we didn't go over there. We're not colonizers. We're not going to spike our flag down, unlike what European countries have done. That's their motive operandi for hundreds, thousands of years, and claim Iran as ours. No, absolutely not. We are there to free the world of the tyranny that the Iranian people themselves have lived under for the last 47 years, but the whole rest of the world holding us hostage and threatening us. Who the heck do they think they are? yeah, if they had their will and their way, uh, Europe, we saved you again. How many times is that? I can't begin to count. And what do you get? We get in return gratitude? No. Condemnation? Yes. A lot of that going around. And I think they're basically the people. I love Europe. That's where my family is. Everybody in the United States, we're people from somewhere on the planet. This is the biggest melting pot of any place that's ever been of all time. And people come here for one reason, and one reason only, to have a better life and more opportunity and freedom. And we want to spread that to all the people that are like-minded and want the exact same thing. And that's what's going to happen in Iran. So we pray for that. And Cuba, look what's going on in Cuba. You know, a lot of people around the world don't know that Cuba was once a territory, a part of the United States of America. They were under Spanish rule for hundreds and hundreds, I don't know, 300-400 years. Well, when Christopher Columbus in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue and he landed in Cuba, spiked down the flag for Spain and declared that as part of Spain, and they were part of Spain ever since. And Christopher Columbus, by the way, never ever stepped foot in North America. He was down in Cuba and Puerto Rico and Jamaica and Caribbean and like that. Wonderful, great explorer. I'm not taking nothing away from him. He was quite courageous in his day and time, and wonderful guy. So I was told. He had his problems if you listen to some people. But anyways, and during the Spanish-American War, the United States prevailed again, and Cuba became a territory of the United States. But they wanted to become independent, and we said, okay, we can make that happen. So that happened in 1902. They became their own independent sovereign country, and things didn't go as well as what we had hoped that they would be. But that was their fate, their destiny. They chose the path that they went down to until some, let's say, not too good people, just like the Ayatollahs in Iran, dictators, Fidel Castro, took over in Cuba, and the people suffered for years and years and years and years. Well, things are happening in Cuba. I think Cuba would be much, much better off to come back into the family. And we would love for Cuba to come back in the family. And the people are magnificent and wonderful. We love Cubans. But it has to be their fate, their destiny that they want. That's yet to be determined what will happen. But the door is open. Greenland. Yeah, I had to come around to Greenland. I love Greenland. They've been on the news a lot. You know, I was watching the news, and just last year, I'm just going to finish this thought about the election that just happened in Denmark. The Prime Minister, she ran on her platform was, Greenland is ours and it's not for sale. Yeah, I had that story told to me quite passionately just less than a year ago I wasn't in Denmark, but at that time, I was heading to Denmark the next day. My two sons and I, we went to Denmark, Sweden, and Finland, and we spent 3 days up in the Arctic. You know, my grandpa, God bless him, 100% Viking. My grandma, 100% Sami. you want to find out more about that story, look up my other videos. You'll find it. I'll explain to you how proud I am to be a Sami. I wear the Sami flag every day. Yeah, there's a few Samis here in the US of A. I'm American, a USA Sami. My grandma always used to tell me, you got the Sami eyes. I explained that in another video. And I said, huh, Grandma, what are you talking about? She goes, you know, you got the, what are the Sami eyes, Grandma? Well, it looks like you're squinting all the time. I said, huh? She goes, yeah, you know, when you live up there in the Arctic, and my grandma, they lived out in tents. Yeah. Love my grandma. The stories. And, you know, the northern parts of Norway, Sweden, Finland, a little bit of Russia, up there in the Arctic Circle, chase the reindeer around. The only group of indigenous people in all of Europe. Yeah. Proud to be a Sami. Oh, yeah. And she says, yeah, you got to squint your eyes because when the wind is howling and the snow is blowing and that, and it's almost blinding, you can't see, and you got to squint your eyes. And over 10,000 years, that's how you grew up, to have the Sami eyes. Love Grandma. Okay. In Greenland. Yeah. You've been on my mind. One of the sagas I told you in there, I have a connection to Greenland. I love Greenland. It's high on my bucket list to get to Greenland. Yeah, let's just leave it at that, because Greenland, you can find out the rest of the story in my other videos. Watch them. Just look for Grandpa Sven. You'll find him. And Greenland. Wow. A lot going on your plate. You know, just like when I was over in Sweden, and I have relatives and friends in all the Arctic countries. Yeah. Very proud to be Nordic, Scandinavian, Swedish, Sami, Viking. And yeah, I wear that on here. So I can't lift my shoulder up too good. I just had shoulder surgery. I had a complete replacement. In less than 30 days, I'm going to get this one done. I'm looking forward to that too. It's another story, but I'm so happy. This is amazing what has happened. I'm looking forward to get this one done. So, yeah, I told the story being in Helsingborg, Sweden, out with my two sons and having dinner, and the gentleman beside me happened to be Danish, might be even cousin, because I got a lot of relatives in Denmark. And he's looking over, and he sees that tattoo, and he says, "Excuse me, sir, are you an American?" I wonder how he figured that out. I said, "Well, yes, sir, I am." "What do you think about Donald Trump wanting to buy Greenland?" "Greenland isn't for sale. Greenland is ours, and it's not for sale." And I went, whoa. Yeah, I could see he was very passionate about this. And there's several things I could have said. Watch my video, and you'll find out what I did tell him. And I'm thinking also to myself, you know, what do you mean it's not for sale? Wouldn't be the first time that Denmark has sold the United States territory. This guy, huh? What territory did United States buy from Denmark? Let me think and think. Do you know the answer to that question? Denmark citizens or Greenlanders? Danish West Indies. Did you study that in your elementary school days? Former Danish territory, the colonizers that they were, you know, just like Faroe Islands and Iceland and Greenland and the Danish West Indies. And they said, hey, you know what? We'd rather have cash than not still own that territory down there. We don't need it for any reason. United States, would you like to buy it? Heck yeah. We would love to have those islands come into the family. They ain't called the Danish West Indies anymore. They're called the U.S. Virgin Islands. What a magnificent, wonderful, wonderful place. If you want to have a nice tropical vacation, go to the USVI. You can look it up on YouTube. Look up St. John's, St. Croix, St. Thomas. Beautiful, beautiful places. I've been there several times. I have friends that live there, and I know that the people there are very, very happy and thankful to be part of the family, to be in the U.S. American citizens. All the perks and benefits that come with that. They still remain a territory, just like Puerto Rico. But there's, I don't know, almost 6 million people in Puerto Rico. USVI, it's about population-wise, not that much different than Greenland. I think there's 80,000 people in the Virgin Islands. Their GDP is like $6.5 billion, probably double what Greenland has. But its economy's doing fantastic, awesome. Things are good. And Greenland, what's going to happen? What's your fate and destiny? You know, it's in your hands. You have nothing to fear from the United States. We're not your adversaries. We're not your enemy. We're your partners, friends, ally. Thank you for all the hundreds of years of great friendship that Greenland has been to the United States. Just like in Iceland and in Greenland during World War, I don't know if World War I, but definitely World War II, we were the administrators over Greenland and Iceland. We didn't stay and plant our flag and say this is ours. No. When the war was over and done, we packed up and came back home. Except to this very day, we still have now the newest branch of the military, the U.S. Space Force, and we got Space Base Greenland. Thank you, Greenland, for continuing to be such a great strategic partner, ally, and friend. Yeah, means a lot to us. But your destiny and fate is in your hands. You have a huge, mammoth opportunity that nobody else in the world has. The whole world will be envious and jealous of Greenland if that's the path that you choose. And I can tell you, if you decide you want to come into the family, you'd be welcome with open arms. I can't imagine how massive the celebrations would be. I'm so blessed and thankful that my grandparents made the decisions that they did to come to America. It meant a lot to them. It was a massive decision. It benefited them so much. And not only did it affect their life, it affected my parents' life, my brother's lives, and my children, and my grandchildren. It's a huge decision. I get it, and I know. But just think about this. Unlike the EU, we love Europe. They're great friends, but I felt it was like a slap in the face. I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel. That when we did what we did for Iran, and who's going to benefit the most from all this? Europe. Safety again. And you wouldn't let U.S. military fly over your country, use any of your ports. I just don't get it. What, after all that we have done for Europe for World War I and World War II, and millions of American patriots buried in your cemeteries. Wow. It was hurtful. That's what it is. And now you think you want to come in and take over control of the watchdog over Iran? They'll watch themselves. They're going to be great strategic partners, allies, and friends. That's what's going to happen. And they'll control their own fate and destiny. You call yourselves the EU, but you're not united. You have nothing compared to what the United States is all about. We truly are united. And I have a video on that. You can look at it and see for yourself the differences. They're massive. Greenland, you'll be in control of your destiny and fate. But I want to leave with this. I'm so happy to be an American. I'm so happy of my heritage. I'm so proud to be a West Virginian today. And that's what's so great about the United States of America. We're all in it together. We all benefit off from each other. And we are united. Not like the EU. 27 different passports. 7 different currencies. How many different languages are there? Like 24 different languages in the EU. You're not united. I don't ever see it being that way. Anyways, God bless them. They're our people. It's my heritage. I'm so proud to be Nordic, to be Sami and Greenland. Look at my video. I'm coming to Greenland. No matter what happens, I'm coming for reasons you'll find out in the video. But your fate and destiny is your hands. And just like we're so proud to be West Virginians, if you come into the family, nobody on the entire planet, in the country, and will ever, never take away who you are. You will be Greenlanders forever and ever and ever. So God bless the USA. God bless the ears. Good luck in Omaha, Nebraska next week during the World Series. God bless the people in Cuba. God bless the people in Iran, Iceland. You can look at my video there too. You don't have to fear the US and go join the EU. Yeah. Look at the video, then decide for yourselves what's the best path for Iceland. Yeah, and Greenland, you too. Your path, your destiny, your fate is in your hands. Nobody else's. It's in your hands. Now go do the right thing. Thank you for listening to this video. You all have a blessed day. That's it. Tack så mycket.